Hello, people, and welcome back to the Just Joe football show. And it's time for your Leeds versus Manchester United post-match chat. That was all right, wasn't it? That was a bit of all right. I'm happy, you know. Yes, we were 2-0 up. Yes, we only got a point in the end. But listen, when they scored that second, I thought we would lose. They've won 13 on the spin at Old Trafford. 13 on the spin. Leeds United have gone there with a no-manager bounce and come away with a point. Confident. And you know what? Sunday, I think we can get all three. Why not? There's a spring in my step, hopefully your step, and the squad step. Big up to Scoobs. Big up to Scoobs. Great performance, man. Dogged. Just every person to a man. Like, we'll talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Listen, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, hit the notification bell, and let's get into it.
I don't think I do it.
Arsenal started like house on fire. Signing number 2 for this new era. It's Judgment Day, people. Yeah! What did your boy tell you? It was never in doubt. Never in doubt. Don't believe in any luck. I believe I'm self-made, yeah. So, folks, Leeds United took a point away from Old Trafford, and I'll reiterate again, for those that are disappointed that we gave away a 2-goal lead, they've won 13 on the spin at Old Trafford, and Leeds United have come away from a point. There's a lot of situations around the club at the minute with regards to the manager chase, and we'll discuss that over the next coming days, but things aren't great at the minute, and the players stood up. The players stood up. The players knew they were going to be taking on Man United. Luke Ayling was captain tonight, and for me was one of the best players on the pitch. That young Garnacho did not get a sniff. They then put Rashford out there. He did well there. Sancho maybe got the better of him, but by that point, he'd run himself into the ground. I thought Max Vorber defensively was everywhere. He's passing a few times, gave me kittens. Firpo, when he came on, I would argue he shouldn't have let Pelistri beat him for that first. Melia makes an error for their second. Yes, he sees it late, but he's got to save that. He's got to save that. But overall, over the course of 90 minutes, Leeds United well deserved it and could have had all three. You know, if they'd have had all three, you know, you couldn't have complained. And I think Man United, if they'd have took all three, they wouldn't have complained. In terms of the shots and all that sort of stuff, of course, Man United shaded it. But Leeds United, from the first minute, you could see that they were up for that fight. The way we scored within the first minute. Like William Yonto, 3.5 million. This kid is special. I said he probably should have come off sooner. What I would have liked to have seen is maybe Harrison move out to the left and put Aronson in the centre, just because I feel that Willie was blowing a little bit. And we know Harrison's got a great engine. Just on Jack Harrison, in that 10, in that central of the three, he was phenomenal again today for me. You know, there's been a lot of hate towards the old guard that people like to call them. But Ayling and Harrison stood up. Ayling and Harrison stood up today. Bamford did what he needed to do. I think the way that Scoobs set us up, big up to Scoobs, by the way, to go there. Okay, I said, that's tactics. That's tactics. And people said, oh, it's structurally the same. No, I understand that. But in terms of when Leeds United engineered the press, it was well thought out. It was methodical. They knew when to go, when not to go. It wasn't so narrow. There was width. You know what I mean? The amount of times we've seen players in space. Look at the amount of times that McKennie and Adams were able to pick it up in space. What I would say to you as well, add Rocker to the mix. When he's picking it up in this space, he will find players' feet with that ball. Adams and McKennie, great today. I loved the bite that McKennie had. You know, he said, didn't he, I love to trash talk on the pitch. Much like Adams, they love to fly into the challenges as well. Them two in there. I would add Rocker to the mix as well. Just impressed. Koch didn't put a foot wrong, and I've been saying I've not feeling him all season. I just think defensively, we've been far too open under both managers previously. Today, much better. You could just see how there was a bit of rigidity in terms of there was banks of... There was 2 lines of 3 initially and then a 4 at the back. And then I seen in the second half, it was almost a 4-4-2. And Leeds United were just in them banks. And Man United didn't know what hit them. They know they've got a game on Sunday. I think the atmosphere on Sunday is going to be electric for everyone going. The manager change has done that anyway, has made people go, right, come on. We had a bit of negativity around the chase of Iriola before the match. But seeing that performance, you cannot not be proud. I thought the referee gave far too much to Man United in the second half. I do think in the second half as well, Leeds United sort of reverted to type a little bit and kept trying to pop balls really quick, which we've been doing over the past couple of months. And I was just begging for someone to just calm it down a little bit. But I understand it, they'd ran themselves into the ground for 60, 70 minutes, whatever it was at that point. But for us to hold on as well, it's a great point because they could have crumbled. They could have crumbled. I'm actually really buoyant that we've gone to Old Trafford and come away with a point because no one expected anything pre-match. No one expected anything pre-match. The situation that we're in, I did the watch along, crazy numbers today. Big up to you all. Come join me on Sunday as well. No one expected anything. The scorelines in there were crazy. I'd said maybe 2-0 in my preview. The fact that we've got a point, you've got to be happy. Moves us one position up in the table and gives me renewed confidence going into the games later on in the season, especially Southampton and Everton. April's a very good month. March is tough. May's even tougher. But April, we've got some favourable fixes in there. And I believe that we can start to pull away. I do believe we can start to pull away because there's a lot of quality within the squad, And for those that'll throw shade at some of the old guard, like a Harrison, people say, oh, he should have been sold. Stood up tonight. Luke Ayling shouldn't be starting. I don't know why anyone would want Rasmus starting over Luke. I'm sorry. Rasmus is not the one. But Luke Ayling was great tonight. Captain and put in a captain's performance as well. Voba was everywhere. The blocks were unreal. Meslier made some good saves as well. I know people will throw shade at him for letting in the shot on it. He'll be disappointed by that. But he made some great saves as well today. Yeah, man. I just didn't expect it, and I feel relieved from the chains of Marshball, and I feel that the club did that as well. Now, what I will say, the first goal is almost archetypal of what Jesse wanted for whatever reason. He must be pulling his hair out. But I just think structurally how he set up without the ball was very good. But also with the ball, we were able to do a lot more than what I've seen. Do you know what I mean? Over the previous months, there was a lot. It was more thought out. It wasn't frantic. It wasn't crazy. It was measured. You know what I mean? And the first half, I think we were well worth our lead. We were well worth it. Willie and Yonto, what this kid, 3.5 million. It's insane. Patrick Bamford involved in the goal as well. Props to Patrick Bamford again. A lot of people throwing shade at him after Forest. The touch to put it into Nonto's path. Yes, it's all Nonto. And actually, I need to remember this as well. I know Strout went off and I hope he's okay. I don't think he'll be able to play at the weekend due to the concussion thing. But he was pivotal in pressing to win the ball for Nonto to score. And when Sinistera scored, or Varane, it's probably given as an own goal. Koch was pivotal as well. In pressing, winning that ball. I think it might have been off Garnacho. And it ended up making its way through to Somerville. Koch with a lovely ball through to Nonto into Somerville, and Somerville finds the back of the net. It'll go to Varane, but he made that goal right. Of course, Rashford gets them back in it. There's a certain inevitability about Marcus Rashford at the minute. Like I said, I think he scored 6 or 7 goals now on the bounce at Old Trafford. He gets a goal. And obviously Jadon Sancho scores as well. On the Rashford goal, like for me, I need to see it back. This is an instant match reaction. But when it happened at the time, I was like, Firpo, what are you doing? Why have you let him get the wrong side here? I think it's Palistri who then gives it into Dalot. Dalot cross and Rashford finds the back of the net with a great header. Sancho, it's come through bodies. Mellier's got to save it. I'm glad that Ten Hag went with Weghorst. I said that pre-match. I think our defenders deal with him much better than Rashford in a central area. They had much more of a job on when he went to that central space. Just overall, it's just a fantastic result. Like, imagine Scoobs. Scoobs on Monday goes into work. On Wednesday, he's managing Leeds United at Old Trafford against our arch rival. Like, for him to go there, and props to the rest of them as well. Chris Armas, Paco Gallardo, to go there, put up a plan in such a short space of time and be able to come away from Old Trafford with a point is a fantastic result. And they'll be bouncing that squad now. I know some people sent me, how can you be positive about that? I don't know how you cannot when you consider we've only won 2 games in 17. If you're saying that, that's a poor result, then I think you've got a bit of agenda and you're still clinging on to Jesse. Do you know what I mean? Because that is a fantastic result considering the circumstances. Adam Pope summed it up perfectly. He said structure, belief, and all-round superb effort to take a point. You know what I mean? And we did have better structure. You could see that from the first 5 minutes, man. And of course, this club always believes they're never out. You know, look at someone like Luke Ayling, typifies Leeds United for me. That's why I don't understand the hate that he gets. He won 11 of his 13 tackles tonight. It was class. They had Garnacho up against him. They had Rashford up against him, and then Sancho. He was immense tonight. You know, they all were to a man, all the way through to the coaching team as well, and the fans that were there. It's a great result, that, especially when you consider even my man in Bielsa never was able to get that. We got a 0-0 at Ellen Road. We got spanked at Old Trafford. These have gone there, put up a plan, and the players have fought tooth and nail from minute one to ensure that Leeds United have come away with some pride, because we all thought we were going to get spanking. I know I did. Secretly, deep down, you thought, oh my God, we're going here. It's going to be rough. But Leeds United will be confident now. We might have a new manager by Sunday. Take some more of them ideas with the sprinkling of his magic dust, whoever it is. Hopefully it's Areola. And we can beat them. We can beat them at Ellen Road. We can beat them at Ellen Road. And then we got to Everton. Massive test. But I have renewed confidence now. Because even when Jesse's gone, I was looking at fixtures thinking, well, it's going to be tough. But to go there and get a point is huge. I think we can get all three on Sunday. I don't know how you folks are feeling. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Great effort tonight. Great performance. And I'm just proud. I am. Here's what it is. Thanks as always for watching. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Get your comments in. And I'll see you in a bit.